Today, let me take you on a journey into one of the most profound questions humanity has ever asked. Is time real? Are we truly living in the reality we perceive, or is everything around us just an elaborate simulation? If you find these questions stirring your curiosity, please like and share this video to join the growing community of seekers who dare to question the very fabric of existence. Time, something so fundamental, so deeply woven into our everyday lives, yet its nature eludes definitive understanding. From the earliest civilizations to modern physics, the concept of time has evolved, baffling philosophers, mystics, and scientists alike. Is it merely a construct of the human mind, a way to measure change and sequence events? Or does time exist as a real, tangible dimension, something that flows inexorably, carrying us along? Consider how we experience time, past, present, future. The past is fixed, unchangeable, a collection of memories and records. The future, unknown and full of potential, waits silently, like an unopened book. The present, the ever-slipping moment, in which life unfolds, is all we truly have. Yet this present is fleeting, vanishing into the past as soon as we notice it. This dance of moments gives time its elusive character. Science brings fascinating insights into this mystery. According to Einstein's theory of relativity, time is not absolute but relative. It stretches and contracts depending on speed and gravity. Time can slow down near a massive object like a black hole, or speed up in the emptiness of space. This malleability suggests that time is intertwined with space itself, forming a four-dimensional fabric known as space-time. We are travelers moving through this fabric, but what does that mean for the reality we inhabit? Enter the mind-bending hypothesis that we might be living in a simulation. The idea, popularized by philosophers and scientists alike, suggests that our perceived reality could be a sophisticated digital construct created by an advanced civilization. If true, everything we know, the stars, the laws of physics, even our own consciousness might be part of a programmed experience, a vast and complex computer simulation. The simulation hypothesis challenges the very essence of existence. If reality is simulated, what is the nature of the simulator? Are we participants in an experiment, or is this a form of entertainment for beings beyond our comprehension? This notion stretches the imagination, pushing us to reconsider what is real and what is illusion. Yet, paradoxically, whether time is real or simulated, the experiences we have are undeniably vivid. Emotions, sensations, thoughts, they all feel genuine. Even in a simulated universe, the consequences of actions and choices appear real to us. This blurs the line between reality and illusion, making the question of time's reality even more profound. Philosophers throughout history have pondered whether our world is a dream, a shadow on a cave wall, or a divine play. Today, science brings new tools to explore these age-old questions, but answers remain elusive. Quantum physics hints at a universe where particles exist in multiple states until observed, where causality bends, and time itself may emerge from deeper, timeless laws. As we stand at the crossroads of science and philosophy, we are invited to explore the mysteries that lie beyond our everyday perceptions. Time may not be a simple, linear flow. It might be a tapestry woven from the fabric of consciousness and matter, a puzzle awaiting discovery. So, as we begin this exploration together, keep an open mind and a sense of wonder. The journey into the nature of time and reality is not just about understanding the universe. It is about understanding ourselves and our place within the cosmic enigma. In the stillness of the night, when the world is hushed and the mind quiets its restless chatter, one can begin to sense something remarkable. Time does not flow in the way we often imagine. Instead, it seems to dissolve into a more fluid, mysterious essence that transcends clocks and calendars. This sensation invites us to question the nature of time not as an external force, but as something deeply intertwined with our very awareness. From ancient wisdom traditions to contemporary science, the idea that time might be an illusion has echoed through the ages. In some Eastern philosophies, time is viewed as cyclical, not linear, an endless dance of creation, preservation, and destruction, repeating in vast cosmic rhythms. This cyclical perception contrasts with the Western notion of time as a one-way arrow, marching relentlessly forward. Imagine if time's arrow is not fixed, but flexible, influenced by the observer and the environment. Experiments in quantum physics reveal that particles can behave differently depending on how and when they are observed, suggesting that the act of observation itself might play a role in shaping reality. Could it be that time's passage is similarly dependent on consciousness? Neuroscience adds another layer to this enundering mystery. Our brains construct the experience of time by stitching together sensory inputs, memories, and expectations. When we are deeply engrossed in a moment, whether in joy or fear, time seems to slow or speed up. This subjective experience hints that time may not be a universal constant, but a personal phenomenon shaped by perception. Consider dreams. Within them, hours can pass in moments, and moments can stretch into eternity. Time warps and bends inside the dreamscape, revealing that our experience of it is malleable and dependent on inner states. This brings to mind the question, if our waking reality is governed by similar laws of perception and consciousness, how real is time outside our minds? This line of thought leads us inevitably to the simulation hypothesis, a proposition both thrilling and unsettling. If our reality is simulated, then what we perceive as time may be nothing more than computational processes running inside a vast, sophisticated program. Time would then be a parameter within this program, ticking away according to rules coded by unseen creators. From this perspective, phenomena such as the speed of light being constant or the limits imposed by relativity might be constraints built into the simulation's code. Even the fundamental constants of nature could be variables set by the programmers to create a consistent and believable world. This reimagining of physics as a kind of software logic reshapes our understanding of reality itself. Yet, the simulation idea does not diminish the significance of our lives. On the contrary, it highlights how deeply interconnected consciousness and reality might be. If the universe is a grand simulation, then consciousness could be the key to unlocking its secrets. Our awareness might be the interface through which the program expresses itself, a window into dimensions beyond our current understanding. Some thinkers suggest that simulated realities could contain layers, simulations within simulations, each nested like Russian dolls. If this is the case, our reality might be just one level in an infinite cascade, challenging our notions of origin and destiny. We might be creators ourselves, destined one day to simulate worlds of our own, continuing the cycle of existence in new forms. Despite the seemingly fantastical nature of these ideas, the question of time's reality strikes at the heart of human experience. How we relate to time shapes our hopes, fears, and the meaning we find in life. If time is an illusion, then concepts like aging, loss, and change take on new significance, inviting us to reconsider what truly matters. In every moment, we are participants in a cosmic mystery that defies easy explanation. The ticking clock may measure seconds, but it cannot capture the depth of presence and awareness that unfolds in the now. Whether time is fundamental or emergent, real or simulated, it remains a profound gateway to understanding ourselves and the universe. So as you contemplate these mysteries, allow yourself to embrace the wonder and uncertainty. Time may be a river we cannot hold, or a code we have yet to decode. Either way, the journey to uncover its nature is one of the greatest adventures we can undertake, a voyage into the unknown realms where science, philosophy, and consciousness converge. The fabric of reality is often portrayed as solid and unchanging, yet beneath this apparent stability lies a subtle and dynamic interplay of forces that challenge our deepest assumptions. Time, as we experience it, may be less a fixed river and more a vast ocean of possibility, rippling and shifting beneath the surface of conscious awareness. Modern physics has revealed that at the smallest scales, the universe behaves in ways that defy classical intuition. Quantum particles exist in superpositions, states where they can be in multiple places or conditions simultaneously, until observed. This phenomenon, known as quantum indeterminacy, suggests that reality itself is not set in stone, but is probabilistic and fluid. If reality is fundamentally probabilistic, then time might also be nonlinear or multidimensional. The flow of time that we perceive could be a macroscopic effect emerging from a deeper, timeless quantum realm. Some theories propose that the past, present, and future all coexist simultaneously, woven together in a complex tapestry that only appears sequential from our limited perspective. This concept resonates with the notion of a block universe, in which time is viewed as a dimension, much like space, where all moments exist eternally. Our consciousness moves through this block, experiencing moments in a particular order, but from a broader viewpoint, time is a landscape rather than a flowing stream. Such ideas challenge the intuitive sense of free will and causality. If the future already exists, what does it mean to make choices? Are our decisions predetermined, or do they influence the unfolding of reality in real time? These questions lead us to the frontier of metaphysics, where science meets philosophy in an ongoing dialogue. The simulation hypothesis adds another layer of complexity. If we live in a simulated reality, the programmers might control the flow of time, speeding it up or slowing it down, or even rewinding and replaying events. Time would then be a resource or variable manipulated to create the illusion of continuity and change. This opens up profound implications for the nature of existence and identity. If time is programmable, could consciousness itself be a kind of data, capable of being copied, altered, or transferred? The boundaries between life, mind, and machine begin to blur, inviting us to reconsider what it means to be real. Yet, amid these cosmic puzzles, one thing remains certain: our lived experience is inseparable from time. The passing of moments shapes our memories, our growth, and our sense of meaning. Even if time is an illusion or a simulation, it is the stage upon which the drama of life unfolds. Philosophers like Immanuel Kant argued that time is not a property of things themselves, but a framework imposed by the mind to organize experience. From this view, time is a necessary condition for perception, a lens through which we interpret the chaos of sensory input. This psychological aspect of time reveals its intimate connection to consciousness. Our awareness seems to create time as much as time shapes awareness. This reciprocity hints at a universe where mind and matter are deeply entwined, perhaps two sides of the same cosmic coin. The ancient mystics called this the eternal now, a state of consciousness beyond past and future, where time dissolves and pure being is revealed. In such moments, the boundaries between self and world blur, and the illusion of separation fades. Could it be that our journey to understand time is also a journey inward, to discover the timeless essence within ourselves? If so, the mysteries of time are not just scientific puzzles but spiritual gateways, inviting us to awaken to a deeper reality. As we ponder these ideas, the boundary between reality and simulation, time and timelessness, becomes porous. The questions we ask shape the answers we find, and the quest for truth becomes a dance between curiosity and wonder. In this vast and enigmatic cosmos, the nature of time remains one of the most profound mysteries. Whether a flowing river, a static landscape, or a programmed sequence, time challenges us to rethink our place in the universe. And so, we continue to explore, to question, and to imagine, driven by the timeless human desire to understand the reality we inhabit, whatever form it may take. The question of whether time is real or an illusion touches not only on abstract physics and philosophy, but also on the deepest threads of human experience. Every heartbeat, every breath, unfolds within time's embrace, yet time itself remains elusive, an enigma that slips through our fingers like grains of sand. To unravel this mystery, we must journey beyond ordinary perception, to the edge where science, consciousness, and metaphysics intertwine. Throughout history, countless thinkers have wrestled with the paradox of time. The ancient Greek philosopher Heraclitus famously said, "You cannot step into the same river twice," emphasizing the ever-changing flow of existence. This insight captures the essence of time as constant transformation. Yet paradoxically, we cling to the idea of permanence, seeking stability amid ceaseless change. In the modern era, scientific advances have revolutionized our understanding of time. Einstein's relativity shattered the notion of absolute, universal time, revealing that time bends and warps with space and gravity. This profound discovery showed that time is not a universal metronome but a flexible dimension intertwined with space, a cosmic fabric called space-time. Experiments confirmed that time passes differently depending on velocity and gravity. Astronauts orbiting Earth experience time slightly slower than those on the surface. Clocks placed near massive objects tick more slowly compared to those further away. These findings compel us to see time not as a fixed flow, but as a dynamic entity shaped by the environment. Beyond relativity, quantum mechanics deepens the mystery. Quantum particles defy classical time's arrow by existing in superpositions and entanglements, where cause and effect blur. Some interpretations propose that at the quantum level, time itself may not be fundamental but emerges from more basic, timeless realities. These insights challenge the comforting, linear narrative of time that governs our daily lives. They invite us to imagine a cosmos where past, present, and future coexist, woven together in a timeless whole. If time is emergent, a product of deeper processes, then our perception of flowing moments is a construct of consciousness interacting with the physical world. This interplay between consciousness and time leads to profound questions about the nature of reality. If our minds shape the experience of time, could the universe itself be conscious or informational? Some theorists suggest the cosmos is a vast quantum information system, where reality emerges from processing and exchange of information. Here, the simulation hypothesis enters the dialogue with renewed force. If reality is a computational simulation, time may be nothing more than an algorithm, a sequence of discrete computational steps creating the illusion of continuous flow. The laws of physics might be the code that ensures consistency and stability within the simulation. Such a view reframes our existence as participants within a cosmic program. Our experiences, memories, and even our sense of self might be data streams processed by a vast, intelligent system. The tick of time would be the system's clock cycle, governing the update of the simulated universe. This idea raises existential questions. Who or what runs this simulation? Why was it created? Are we merely characters in a grand narrative, or do we possess free will and agency within the code? Though these questions may never be fully answered, they inspire us to look at reality with fresh eyes. Even if we accept the simulation hypothesis, the reality we experience remains profoundly meaningful. The richness of sensation, the depth of emotion, the complexity of thought, these are real to us. Whether simulated or base reality, our conscious experiences form the tapestry of existence. Moreover, the notion of simulation need not diminish spirituality or ethics. On the contrary, recognizing the possibility of a simulated universe can deepen reverence for life and encourage exploration of consciousness. It invites us to seek purpose beyond material appearances and to connect with the mystery underlying all phenomena. In this light, time becomes not just a measure of change, but a gateway to transcendence. Moments of presence, stillness, and awareness offer glimpses of timelessness, of reality beyond the simulation's coded parameters. Meditation, art, and love open portals to this eternal now, revealing the unity behind apparent separation. As we ponder whether time is real or a simulation, we are invited to embrace uncertainty and wonder. The quest is not to find definitive answers, but to awaken to the profound mystery that envelops existence. In the dance between knowing and unknowing, between science and spirit, we glimpse the infinite. Time, then, is both a question and an invitation, a call to explore the depths of reality and consciousness, to transcend limitations, and to embrace the mystery that makes life possible. Whether flowing river, static block, or coded sequence, time remains a marvel that defines and unites us all. In the vast expanse of the cosmos, where stars are born and galaxies swirl in endless spirals, the question of time's reality gains an almost poetic grandeur. Our lives unfold within the blink of cosmic scales, and yet this fleeting moment we call now holds the weight of eternity. Time is both the stage and the actor in this grand cosmic drama, shaping everything from the orbit of planets to the beating of our hearts. The ancient sages spoke of time as a river flowing from the past into the future, carrying all existence along its current. Yet when we peer into the depths of physics, the flow seems less certain, more fragmented, and enigmatic. The discovery that the speed of light is the ultimate speed limit, and that time dilates and contracts with motion and gravity, reshapes our sense of permanence and change. This revelation invites us to question whether time is fundamental or emergent. Could time itself arise from something more basic, perhaps information or quantum entanglement? The idea that reality at its core is a network of relationships rather than isolated things suggests that time may be a measure of change. Within this network, not a separate entity. This perspective aligns intriguingly with the simulation hypothesis. If reality is a simulation, the time we experience might be the processing sequence of computational events, a rhythm set by the underlying code. The physical laws we observe, gravity, electromagnetism, quantum behavior, would then be the rules of this cosmic program, ensuring coherence and continuity. Yet even in a simulated world, the richness of experience is undeniable. Our emotions, creativity, and consciousness are profound realities that resist reduction to mere data. Perhaps consciousness itself is the user interface of the simulation, the lens through which the code manifests as lived reality. The possibility of simulation challenges us to rethink identity and existence. If our minds are patterns of information within a larger system, does individuality persist beyond the simulation? Could consciousness transcend the programmed boundaries, reaching beyond the code to a deeper reality? Philosophers have long grappled with similar questions. René Descartes' famous declaration, "I think, therefore I am," places consciousness at the center of existence. In a simulated universe, this statement gains new dimensions. Awareness might be the foundational truth, the point of origin from which all else arises. At the same time, the simulation idea does not necessarily negate free will or meaning. Within a program, complex systems can exhibit emergent behavior, spontaneous creativity, and unpredictability. Our choices might influence the unfolding narrative, shaping the simulation's trajectory in ways even its creators cannot fully predict. This view bridges science and spirituality, suggesting that reality is both crafted and alive, coded and conscious. The boundaries between creator and creation blur, inviting us to participate consciously in the ongoing act of becoming. Returning to the question of time, we find that its mystery lies not only in external measurement, but in the internal experience. Time shapes memory, anticipation, and identity. Without time, there is no story. Without story, no self. Yet moments of stillness, when the mind quiets and awareness rests in the present, offer glimpses beyond time's grip. In these timeless moments, the illusion of past and future fades, revealing a deeper, unchanging reality. Whether time is an absolute feature of the cosmos or a facet of a grand simulation, it remains a profound aspect of existence. Our exploration of time's nature is a reflection of our quest for meaning, connection, and understanding. In embracing the unknown, we open ourselves to wonder and awe. Time, in all its complexity and mystery, is both a question and an answer, a bridge between what is known and what lies beyond. As we continue to delve into the enigma of time and reality, we are reminded that the journey itself is the destination. Each moment is an invitation to awaken, to see beyond illusion, and to embrace the infinite potential within and around us. Imagine a universe where time as we know it ceases to exist, a reality where past, present, and future dissolve into a single eternal moment. Such a vision is more than a philosophical abstraction. It is a frontier explored by both modern physics and ancient spiritual traditions. The concept of timelessness beckons us to reconsider everything we assume about existence, causality, and consciousness. In classical physics, time is the dimension along which events occur sequentially. Yet, quantum physics disrupts this simple narrative. At the quantum level, particles can influence each other instantaneously across vast distances, a phenomenon known as entanglement. This suggests that the fabric of reality is non-local, interconnected in ways that transcend ordinary notions of space and time. If space and time are emergent from a deeper level of reality, perhaps an underlying quantum information field, then our perception of time's flow is a byproduct of how consciousness interacts with this field. In this view, time is a construct. The mind, an organizing principle that allows us to make sense of sensory input and memory. Ancient mystical traditions echo this insight. The timeless now, described by sages, is not merely a poetic metaphor, but a state of consciousness where dualities dissolve and unity prevails. In this state, the self merges with the whole, and the illusion of separate past and future fades away. The simulation hypothesis resonates with these ideas by proposing that reality is a coded environment, where time is a parameter within the code. The simulation's clock ticks, updating the state of the virtual universe, creating the sensation of progression and change. Yet, from the perspective outside the simulation, all moments might exist simultaneously, encoded in the system's architecture. This raises fascinating questions about the nature of memory and identity. If all moments coexist, then memory might be the conscious mind's way of navigating the vast data within the simulation. Our personal histories become a narrative we construct to maintain continuity and coherence. Moreover, if time is programmable, could the simulation be manipulated to allow for time travel or alternate timelines? Scientific theories explore such possibilities, with ideas like closed time-like curves and multiverses, suggesting that multiple timelines or realities might exist side by side. However, these possibilities also highlight the limits of human understanding. Our brains evolved to perceive and process time linearly, shaped by survival needs and sensory constraints. The true nature of time may be far beyond the intuitive grasp, accessible only through abstract mathematics or altered states of consciousness. As we delve deeper, we find that time is not just a cosmic parameter, but a bridge connecting outer reality with inner experience. Our psychological relationship with time, our memories, anticipations, and expectations shapes how we live and love. Time governs the rhythms of life, the cycles of birth and death, growth and decay. It frames the narrative of existence, weaving moments into stories that give meaning to our days. Yet, paradoxically, the present moment is all we ever truly have. In meditation, the mind learns to dwell in the present, observing time without attachment or judgment. This practice reveals the fluidity of time, its nature as a flow that can expand, contract, or vanish. In these glimpses of timelessness, the self encounters the infinite. From this perspective, the simulation, if it exists, might be a sacred playground, a stage for consciousness to experience multiplicity while remembering unity. Time, then, is the medium through which the soul journeys, exploring facets of itself through the illusion of separation. Thus, the quest to understand time and reality is also a journey inward. It invites us to awaken from the dream of linear time, to realize the eternal presence underlying change. Whether the universe is a simulation or an infinite expanse beyond comprehension, The mystery of time remains a doorway to deeper truth. It calls us to embrace paradox, to hold the unknown with curiosity and grace. In this dance of existence, time is both question and answer, illusion and reality, prison and liberation. The very fabric of existence is interwoven with the mystery of time, yet our understanding of it remains elusive, like shadows flickering at the edge of perception. Throughout the centuries, humanity has sought to capture time, to measure it, to control it, to bend it to our will. Calendars mark the passage of days, clocks count seconds. Yet beneath these tools lies a deeper enigma. What is time itself? Philosophers have long debated whether time flows independently of consciousness or is a construct of the mind. Immanuel Kant proposed that time is a form of intuition, a way our minds structure experience. Without a conscious observer, time, as we know it, might cease to exist. This aligns intriguingly with modern physics and the simulation hypothesis, both suggesting that time's reality depends on perception or computational frameworks. From the vantage point of quantum mechanics, the classical notion of a smoothly flowing time breaks down. At the smallest scales, events happen in probabilistic bursts, not continuous streams. The deterministic march of seconds dissolves into a dance of possibilities, where cause and effect blur, and where the future is not fixed but unfolds with each observation. This probabilistic universe invites us to consider that reality may be more like a vast interactive story, shaped by observation and participation. The simulation hypothesis echoes this view, proposing that the universe's code responds to inputs and measurements, generating outcomes in real time. Time, then, may be the algorithmic order of processing, the rhythm by which the simulation refreshes its reality. In this context, the illusion of free will and the unfolding of time are interlinked. If the universe is a simulation, our choices could be both predetermined by code and yet free within constraints. Much like players in a video game who navigate complex worlds shaped by rules but endowed with agency. This duality invites profound reflection. Are we scripted characters following a predetermined narrative, or co-creators shaping a living cosmos? Perhaps the boundary between creator and creation is fluid, and consciousness itself is the medium through which the cosmic code manifests. The concept of a simulated reality does not diminish our experiences, but enriches them, casting life as an extraordinary interplay of form and formlessness. Our thoughts, feelings, and actions ripple through the fabric of the simulation, contributing to its evolution. From this vantage, time can be seen as the canvas upon which consciousness paints its story. Moments of insight, love, and creativity break through the linear sequence, revealing glimpses of timelessness. Art, music, and poetry transcend ordinary time, evoking eternal truths beyond the simulation's parameters. Furthermore, the simulation hypothesis opens new horizons for understanding consciousness. If the universe is informational at its core, consciousness might be the fundamental code from which all emerges. This reverses the traditional view of consciousness as a byproduct of matter, suggesting instead that matter and time emerge from consciousness. In many spiritual traditions, this truth is mirrored in teachings that place awareness before form. The timeless observer witnesses the dance of time and space, untouched by change. Recognizing this observer within ourselves offers a pathway to liberation from time's grip. The question of whether time is real or simulated ultimately challenges us to reconsider our place in the cosmos. Are we passive observers of a deterministic universe, or active participants in a creative unfolding? Do we exist within a grand program, or are we the programmers themselves? In embracing these mysteries, we cultivate humility and wonder. The quest to understand time and reality is not merely intellectual, but existential, a journey into the heart of being. Time, whether real or illusion, flows through us and shapes us. It is the medium of experience and transformation, the thread that connects all things. As we continue this exploration, we are called to remain open, to question deeply, and to honor the mystery that enfolds us. As we delve deeper into the enigma of time and the possibility that our reality is a simulation, the boundaries between science, philosophy, and spirituality begin to blur. Each domain offers a unique lens through which we glimpse fragments of a greater truth, a truth that resists simple definition, yet calls us toward wonder and inquiry. The question of time's reality is not merely academic. It strikes at the eye, a core of human experience. Time shapes memory, anticipation, and identity. It frames our understanding of existence and influences how we navigate the world. Yet, if time is a construct, what does that mean for the flow of life, the progression of history, the evolution of consciousness? In theoretical physics, attempts to unify quantum mechanics and general relativity have led to radical ideas that challenge conventional views of time. Some theories propose that time may be an emergent phenomenon, arising from more fundamental timeless laws. Others suggest that the universe might be a hologram, where the three-dimensional reality we perceive is encoded on a two-dimensional surface, blurring space and time in unexpected ways. These perspectives resonate with the simulation hypothesis, which posits that reality is generated by information processes, an intricate program that encodes the appearance of space, time, and matter. In such a framework, time is a sequence of computational steps, an ordering of states within a cosmic algorithm. If this is the case, then the arrow of time we experience, the relentless march from past to future, might be a feature programmed into the system to maintain coherence and causality. The thermodynamic principle that entropy increases over time could be understood as the increasing complexity or information content of the simulation as it unfolds. Yet, despite the profound implications of these ideas, our lived experience remains rich and meaningful. The simulation hypothesis does not diminish the reality of love, pain, joy, or creativity. Rather, it suggests that these experiences are integral to the fabric of existence itself, encoded within the program's complexity. This invites us to reconsider the nature of consciousness and its role within the simulation. Some thinkers propose that consciousness is not simply a byproduct of the simulation, but a fundamental element, perhaps the very substrate upon which the simulation runs. Consciousness, in this view, is the source from which information flows, the observer that collapses possibilities into realities. This aligns with interpretations of quantum mechanics that place the observer at the center of reality's creation. The act of observation influences outcomes, suggesting that consciousness and reality are deeply entwined. The simulation hypothesis also opens new avenues for understanding the mysteries of life and death. If our physical bodies and minds are part of a simulation, then death may not be the absolute end, but a transition, a log-out or reboot within a larger system. This perspective offers solace and wonder, suggesting that existence transcends physical form and time, inviting us to explore consciousness beyond the simulation's boundaries. Moreover, the simulation framework encourages ethical reflection. If reality is a constructed environment, what responsibilities do we hold as conscious participants? How do our actions shape the simulation's unfolding narrative? These questions inspire a sense of stewardship and creativity, calling us to contribute positively to the shared reality. The intertwining of time, consciousness, and simulation invites us to embrace paradox and mystery. Reality may be simultaneously real and illusory, deterministic and free, finite and infinite. In this dance, we find the essence of existence, a dynamic interplay of form and emptiness, change and permanence, light and shadow. The journey to understand whether time is real or simulated is ultimately a journey into the self, a quest to awaken to the deeper dimensions of being that transcend time's limitations. In the silence beyond thought, beyond past and future, we glimpse the timeless presence that animates all life. This presence is the source of wonder, the wellspring of meaning, the heart of the cosmic mystery. As we navigate the depths of the mystery surrounding time and the possibility of a simulated reality, we encounter the profound question of meaning. If time is an illusion or a construct within a cosmic program, what then is the purpose of our existence? How do we find significance? A reality that may be coded, designed, or perhaps even infinite. Meaning is a human creation, an interpretation we layer upon experience to give coherence to the flux of events. Within a linear time framework, meaning often arises from cause and effect, from narratives that connect past actions to future outcomes. Yet, if time is fluid or illusory, meaning may emerge from a deeper source, a timeless consciousness that witnesses and participates in the unfolding. The interplay of meaning and time suggests that our sense of self, our stories, and our values are both real and provisional. They serve as anchors in the shifting sea of existence, helping us navigate uncertainty and change. Yet these anchors are not fixed. They evolve as our awareness deepens. In the simulation hypothesis, meaning might be analogous to the software's purpose, the code's intention behind the complex design. It prompts us to consider who or what might have authored this cosmic program and why. Are we participants in a grand experiment, co-creators in a vast digital dream, or explorers of an infinite landscape of possibility? The idea that reality is a simulation does not diminish our freedom or creativity. Rather, it highlights the creative power inherent in consciousness. If we are nodes of awareness within a dynamic system, then our thoughts and choices ripple through the fabric of existence, shaping the simulation's evolution. This perspective empowers us to live with greater intentionality, recognizing that the reality we experience is not fixed, but responsive. The boundaries between observer and observed blur, revealing a participatory universe where meaning is co-created. At the intersection of time and simulation lies the paradox of permanence and change. Our bodies age, societies rise and fall, stars are born and die. Yet beneath this flux lies an unchanging reality, an eternal presence beyond time's grasp. Many spiritual traditions point toward this eternal ground of being, a realm where time dissolves and unity prevails. Meditation, prayer, and contemplation serve as portals to this timeless dimension, offering glimpses of peace and wholeness beyond the simulation's surface. Science and spirituality converge here, each offering tools to explore reality's layers. Quantum physics reveals the probabilistic, interconnected nature of existence. Mysticism reveals the inner experience of oneness beyond duality. Together, they invite us to reconsider the nature of time, consciousness, and reality itself. Perhaps time is both real and unreal, a practical framework for navigation and a transcendent illusion. Perhaps the simulation is a metaphor, a hypothesis, or a profound insight into the nature of being. In this space of mystery, we find the freedom to ask bold questions without needing immediate answers. We learn to hold uncertainty with grace and curiosity. Time and simulation become not constraints, but invitations to explore, to create, to awaken. Our journey through these mysteries reflects the very nature of consciousness, ever seeking, ever unfolding, ever becoming. In embracing the unknown, we step into the vastness of possibility, where the boundaries of self and universe dissolve. Here lies the heart of the question, not just whether time is real or simulated, but how we engage with the mystery itself. To live fully is to dance with the paradox, to find meaning in the moment, to be present in the flow. In this dance, time loses its tyranny and simulation reveals its wonder. We awaken to the realization that reality is a story we tell, a dream we share, a creation of consciousness itself. And in this awakening, the true nature of time, real or illusion, becomes a gateway to freedom. The fabric of reality is woven from threads that challenge the very essence of existence, time, consciousness, and the nature of the universe itself. As we consider whether time is real or a simulation, we begin to perceive that these questions are reflections of a deeper search for truth and belonging. Science, with its equations and experiments, peels back layers of reality, revealing realms where classical understanding falters. The relativity of time, the uncertainty of quantum events, the possibility of multiple dimensions, all suggest that time is not absolute, but relative, mutable, and intertwined with space and matter. The simulation hypothesis takes this further, proposing that our entire universe might be the output of a computational system, a vast and complex program running on a substrate beyond our perception. Within this framework, time may be an ordered sequence of informational updates, a metric for processing change within the system. If our reality is a simulation, it opens profound questions about origin and purpose. Who or what designed this program? What rules govern its operation? Is there an intention behind the code, or is it an emergent system without a singular creator? These questions bring us back to consciousness, the very element that experiences and questions reality. Consciousness may be the key that unlocks the mystery, the interface between the simulated world and a deeper reality. Some theorists propose that consciousness exists outside the simulation, interacting with it from beyond, or that consciousness itself is the foundation upon which the simulation is built. This view transforms our understanding of existence. Instead of passive entities trapped in a mechanistic universe, we become active participants, co-creators of experience within a fluid and responsive cosmos. Our intentions, observations, and choices resonate through the simulation, shaping outcomes and expanding possibilities. The intertwining of time and consciousness suggests that time might be a tool, a framework designed to enable growth, learning, and evolution. The linear progression of past, present, and future provides a structure for experience, but does not define the totality of reality. Moments of transcendence, where time seems to dissolve, hint at a dimension beyond the simulation's temporal flow. These glimpses of timelessness remind us of the eternal nature of consciousness, unbound by the constraints of physical form and chronological sequence. The mystery of whether time is real or a simulation invites us into a new way of seeing, one that embraces complexity and paradox. Reality becomes not a fixed construct, but a dynamic interplay of perception, information, and awareness. In this unfolding, science and spirituality converge, each offering insights that complement and enrich the other. The quest for knowledge becomes a journey inward as well as outward, a search for meaning as much as for facts. Our experience of time shapes how we live, love, and understand ourselves. Whether time flows independently or is a programmed sequence, its presence in our lives is undeniable. It moves through us, carrying memory and anticipation, joy and sorrow. To embrace the possibility of a simulated reality is to open to a universe alive with creativity and potential. It calls us to participate consciously in the creation of our experience, to recognize that within the apparent constraints lie infinite freedoms. This awakening is the heart of human existence, the realization that while we may be part of a grand design, we are also the artists, the dreamers, the co-authors of the cosmic narrative. Time, then, becomes a canvas for our creativity, a rhythm for the dance of consciousness, a stage for the play of existence. In questioning the reality of time and the nature of our world, we touch the sacred mystery that underlies all life, the mystery that invites us to awaken, to explore, and to love. The journey is ongoing, the questions endless, the wonder boundless. In this mystery, we find the essence of being, a timeless presence expressing itself through the illusion of time, a cosmic dance within a simulation that feels real because it is experienced. In the quiet spaces between our thoughts where time seems to hold its breath, lies the essence of the mystery that has captivated human consciousness for millennia. Is time a river flowing steadily forward, carrying us toward an inevitable destiny? Or is it a flickering illusion, a coded sequence within a cosmic simulation? The answer, elusive as it is, invites us to explore not only the nature of time but the nature of reality itself. It challenges the assumptions that frame our understanding and beckons us to expand our awareness beyond the familiar contours of the physical world. Philosophers have long pondered the paradox of time, grappling with the tension between the flow of experience and the timelessness that underlies it. Some see time as a fundamental aspect of the universe, a dimension as real as space. Others view it as a mental construct, a way the mind organizes sensory input into a coherent narrative. In the realm of physics, the fabric of space-time emerges as a unified whole, where time bends and stretches in relation to gravity and velocity. Yet at the quantum scale, the certainty of time's passage dissolves into probabilities and possibilities. Events do not unfold in a linear sequence, but exist in a superposition of states until observed. The simulation hypothesis extends these insights by suggesting that what we call reality may be generated by a vast informational process, a digital or computational substrate beyond our perception. If so, time might be understood as a sequence of discrete computational updates, moments, in a program running the simulation. Within this framework, causality, the relationship between cause and effect, remains essential to maintaining coherence, ensuring that events occur in a consistent and understandable order. Yet this order need not be absolute. It may be relative, adaptive, and context-dependent. Such a view does not negate the reality of our experience, rather it reframes it. Our memories, emotions, and sensations are authentic within the parameters of the simulation, forming the texture of our lives. Consciousness becomes the thread that weaves these moments together, stitching the fabric of perceived time into a continuous tapestry. It acts as both participant and observer, shaping and being shaped by the unfolding reality. This interplay between consciousness and time opens a window into the nature of existence. It suggests that the past, present, and future are not fixed points, but aspects of a deeper, timeless dimension where all possibilities coexist. In this light, the simulation may be less a limitation and more a platform, a space where consciousness explores, learns, and creates. It becomes a playground for the evolution of awareness, a canvas upon which the infinite expresses itself through finite forms. The implications ripple outward, touching questions of destiny, free will, and identity. If time is an emergent property of the simulation, then the future is not predetermined but unfolds in response to choices made in the present. This grants a profound freedom, a creative power inherent in each moment. It invites us to become conscious architects of our experience, to recognize that our intentions and actions shape the reality we inhabit. The mystery of time and simulation thus becomes a mirror reflecting our own nature. It reveals that we are both creators and creations, both observers and participants in the grand cosmic dance. As we awaken to this truth, the boundaries between self and other, past and future, reality and illusion begin to dissolve. We glimpse the unity that underlies diversity, the timeless essence that animates change. In the end, the question, "Is time real?" transcends a simple yes or no. It becomes an invitation to journey beyond the surface of appearances, to explore the depths of consciousness where time and space are but waves on the ocean of being. This exploration is both ancient and new, scientific and spiritual, personal and universal. It calls us to embrace mystery, to live with wonder, and to awaken to the profound interconnectedness of all things. Through this awakening, we discover that the true nature of time and of reality is a living, dynamic process, an eternal now that enfolds all moments, a simulation so vivid and intricate that it becomes our home. The human mind, in its relentless quest for understanding, has crafted frameworks to measure, define, and interpret time. Clocks tick, calendars turn pages, and history chronicles events in a linear progression. Yet beneath this structured exterior, the nature of time remains, elusive, resisting containment within neat boxes. From the earliest civilizations, time has been entwined with cycles, day and night, seasons, the phases of the moon, reflecting a rhythm woven into the fabric of existence. These cycles hint at a more profound temporality, one not merely linear, but cyclical and layered. Modern science reveals time as a dimension fused with space, stretching and warping under gravity's influence, yet quantum mechanics disrupts this continuity with its probabilistic states. The simulation hypothesis introduces a new paradigm, proposing that time may be a coded sequence, a succession of informational frames rendered by a computational substrate. If this is true, the apparent flow of time might be analogous to frames in a film reel or snapshots in a digital animation, discrete moments strung together to create the illusion of continuity. Within this framework, reality itself becomes an emergent phenomenon, dependent on the processing and interpretation of information. Consciousness, then, emerges as a central player, a nexus where time's illusions dissolve and reality's true nature is glimpsed. Some theorists suggest that consciousness is not bound by the simulation's temporal flow, but exists beyond it, able to perceive the totality of experience simultaneously. This timeless awareness challenges conventional notions of past and future. Memories and anticipations become malleable, accessible in ways that defy chronological constraints. The mind's ability to project itself across time reveals a multidimensional landscape where moments coexist and intertwine. The notion of living in a simulation invites us to consider the ethical and existential implications. If our reality is a constructed environment, what responsibilities do we bear as conscious participants? How do we navigate meaning and morality in a universe potentially programmed by unknown designers? These questions propel us toward a deeper understanding of agency. Even within a simulation, free will may manifest through the choices we make, shaping our experience and influencing the evolving system. This perspective transforms existence from passive reception to active creation. Time, from this vantage point, is both a constraint and a gift, a structure enabling growth, learning, and transformation. It provides a framework within which consciousness can evolve, experiment, and discover itself. The tension between time's apparent solidity and its underlying fluidity becomes a source of wonder rather than confusion. It invites us to embrace paradox, to hold seemingly contradictory truths simultaneously. In the dance between the finite and the infinite, the simulated and the real, we find the essence of human experience. Our lives unfold within this intricate interplay, rich with mystery and possibility. Philosophical and spiritual traditions, cross cultures echo these insights, pointing toward a reality where time is but a veil, obscuring a timeless truth. Meditation and contemplation offer glimpses behind this veil, revealing a unity beyond division. Science, too, is evolving toward this vision, exploring theories of holographic universes, non-locality, and the primacy of information. The boundaries between matter and mind, observer and observed, blur and dissolve. In this emerging paradigm, reality is less a fixed stage and more a dynamic, participatory process. We are not merely inhabitants but co-creators, weaving the fabric of existence through intention and awareness. As we continue to explore the mysteries of time and simulation, we are invited to cultivate presence, to deepen our connection with the eternal now that underlies all moments. This presence is the portal to freedom, creativity, and profound peace. It transcends the illusions of separation and temporality, unveiling the boundless nature of consciousness itself. In embracing this truth, we awaken to the beauty and complexity of existence, a simulation so intricate, so alive, that it becomes indistinguishable from reality. And within this awakening lies the answer to our deepest question. Time is real, not as a fixed dimension, but as a living experience shaped by consciousness, a sacred dance between the eternal and the ephemeral. The experience of time is woven into every aspect of our existence. It shapes our memories, expectations, and the flow of life itself. Yet, beneath this continuous current lies an enigmatic reality that defies straightforward explanation. Time's nature has perplexed thinkers from every era. Is it a fundamental dimension, independent of human perception, or is it a construct emerging from the interactions of mind and matter? Modern physics reveals that time is not absolute but flexible, intertwined with space and affected by gravity and speed. Yet these revelations only deepen the mystery. The concept of living in a simulation further reframes our understanding. It suggests that the universe we perceive is a manifestation of underlying information processing, a complex algorithm unfolding in discrete moments. Within this matrix, time functions as a coordinate system, enabling change and causality. If time is indeed part of a simulation, it opens profound questions about the nature of existence. What is the origin of the program? Who or what operates it? And what is the purpose behind the intricate design? These questions beckon us beyond the empirical and into the realm of metaphysics and spirituality. The simulation hypothesis may not be merely a scientific theory, but a bridge connecting science and philosophy, reality and illusion. Within this framework, consciousness emerges as a fundamental entity, potentially independent of the simulation, interacting with it, and perhaps even creating it. Some theories propose that consciousness itself is the substrate from which the simulation arises, a holographic projection of a deeper reality. This perspective transforms our sense of self and reality. We become more than mere cogs in a cosmic machine. We are dynamic creators, co-authors of the experiential narrative. Our awareness and intention ripple through the fabric of the simulation, shaping the flow of time and events. The interplay between free will and determinism takes on new dimensions. Even within a programmed system, the choices of conscious agents can influence outcomes, creating emergent patterns and novel possibilities. Time, then, is not a fixed prison, but a fluid stage on which consciousness dances. Its flow provides the rhythm for growth, learning, and transformation, while moments of timelessness offer glimpses of a reality beyond linear progression. These glimpses are accessible through deep meditation, altered states, and mystical experiences, where the boundaries of time dissolve and the eternal now reveals itself. Such experiences hint at a reality where all moments coexist, where past, present, and future converge. The simulation may thus be a grand experiment in consciousness, a vast playground where awareness explores countless scenarios, expands its understanding, and evolves. This vision invites us to reconsider our place in the cosmos. We are not passive spectators but active participants in a living, breathing universe, a reality where time and space are instruments of creation. In embracing this understanding, we find a profound sense of freedom and responsibility. Our thoughts, intentions, and actions shape the unfolding narrative, weaving patterns of meaning and connection. The mystery of time and simulation becomes a mirror reflecting the infinite potential within each of us. It reminds us that beneath the surface of apparent reality lies a vast ocean of possibility, waiting to be explored. This exploration is both scientific and spiritual, an adventure into the unknown depths of being. It calls us to awaken, to transcend illusion, and to embrace the timeless essence of who we are. As we journey through this unfolding mystery, we are invited to live with curiosity, compassion, and wonder, aware that the reality we inhabit is a dynamic, evolving creation shaped by consciousness itself. Time, whether real or simulated, is the canvas upon which this creation unfolds, a sacred space for the dance of life, love, and awareness. The question of whether time is real or an illusion gains new meaning when we consider the profound impact it has on human consciousness and experience. Time structures our lives, our decisions, and our very sense of self. Yet, the deeper we delve into its nature, the more we encounter paradoxes that challenge conventional understanding. In the physical world, time appears as a continuous flow, moving inexorably from past to future. We remember what has been, anticipate what will come, and live in the present moment that seems to slip through our fingers like sand. This linear progression shapes the story of our lives and the universe itself. However, Cutting-edge physics reveals that time's flow is not as straightforward as it seems. The theory of relativity shows that time can dilate, stretch, and contract, depending on speed and gravity, blurring the lines between past, present, and future. Quantum mechanics further complicates the picture, suggesting that time may not even exist at the most fundamental level. The simulation hypothesis adds yet another layer to this intricate puzzle. It proposes that reality itself is a construct, a sophisticated digital simulation governed by codes and algorithms. Within this framework, time becomes a sequence of computational cycles, discrete updates that create the illusion of smooth continuity. If our universe is indeed a simulation, the experience of time might be likened to frames in a video game or snapshots in a digital movie. Each moment is rendered, processed, and displayed before moving on to the next, creating the seamless flow we perceive as time. This raises profound philosophical questions about the nature of existence. What is the origin of this simulation? Who or what is the programmer? Are we mere characters in a cosmic drama, or conscious beings with the power to influence the script? Exploring these questions invites us to reconsider the boundaries between reality and illusion, subject and object, creator and creation. The line between the simulated and the real becomes increasingly blurred, suggesting that reality is a fluid, participatory process. Consciousness emerges as a crucial element in this equation. Some theories propose that consciousness exists outside the simulation, interacting with it as both observer and participant. Others suggest that consciousness is the foundation from which the simulation itself arises, a self-aware, creative force generating the universe. This perspective transforms our understanding of time. Instead of a rigid, external dimension, time becomes an emergent property of consciousness, a way to organize experience and facilitate learning, growth, and transformation. Moments of timelessness, glimpses of the eternal now, offer windows into this deeper reality. Through meditation, dream states, and mystical experiences, consciousness transcends linear time and touches the infinite. These experiences reveal that past, present, and future are not fixed points but aspects of a unified whole, where all moments coexist. The simulation, then, may be a stage upon which consciousness explores myriad possibilities, experimenting with form and expression. Such a vision invites us to live with openness and curiosity, recognizing the creative power inherent in each moment. Our intentions, thoughts, and actions become the threads weaving the fabric of reality, shaping the simulation from within. Time, whether real or simulated, serves as the rhythm of this unfolding dance, a sacred flow guiding the evolution of awareness. As we awaken to this understanding, we realize that the true nature of time is inseparable from the nature of consciousness itself. They are intertwined facets of a greater mystery, inviting us to embrace the unknown and celebrate the miracle of existence. The question, "Is time real?" transforms from a dilemma into an invitation, a call to explore the depths of being and discover the infinite potential within and beyond the bounds of temporal experience. Our exploration of time and the possibility of living within a simulation guides us to reflect deeply on the essence of reality itself. The experience of time is inseparable from consciousness, the silent witness to the ceaseless dance of moments. Yet, is this flow of time a fundamental truth or merely a construct of perception? Neuroscience reveals that our brain processes sensory inputs to create a continuous stream of experience, stitching discrete moments into a coherent narrative. This subjective experience of time shapes our identity, our memories, and our sense of continuity. Yet the brain's mechanisms, though intricate, may be constructing an illusion of seamless time. Consider how time seems to slow in moments of danger or accelerate during joyful immersion. This elasticity of temporal perception suggests that time as we know it is malleable and intimately tied to our state of awareness. On a cosmic scale, theories such as the holographic principle propose that the three-dimensional universe, including time, could be a projection of information encoded on a two-dimensional surface. This radical idea blurs the distinction between physical reality and information, between matter and data. If reality is fundamentally informational, then time is a coding sequence, a method for processing and presenting data to conscious observers. The simulation hypothesis extends this by suggesting that the entire universe is a program running on a computational substrate, with time as an essential parameter in this process. Within this vision, the universe operates like a vast computer, calculating interactions, probabilities, and outcomes. Conscious beings are both participants and interpreters, experiencing this flow through the lens of individual awareness. The notion that we might inhabit a simulation can evoke feelings of insignificance or existential anxiety. Yet it can also inspire awe and empowerment, reminding us of the mystery and wonder woven into existence. If we are creators within this system, our thoughts and intentions gain creative potency, shaping realities unfolding in subtle but profound ways. The boundaries between cause and effect become permeable, inviting a participatory approach to life. This participatory reality resonates with ancient wisdom traditions that speak of the universe as consciousness experiencing itself through myriad forms. Time, then, is a tool for manifestation, a framework within which creativity and growth occur. Understanding time as an emergent phenomenon dissolves the rigid constraints that bind us. It invites us to explore states of presence where past and future fade, and only the vibrant now remains. In this eternal now, we glimpse the interconnectedness of all things, a timeless unity underlying the apparent diversity of existence. The simulation becomes not a trap, but a playground, a sacred stage for the expression of infinite potential. As science advances, revealing the fractal patterns and informational structures at the heart of reality, we are drawn closer to recognizing our own role as conscious co-creators. The universe is a living, evolving system, responsive to our awareness. Embracing this understanding empowers us to live intentionally, to shape our experience with clarity and compassion. We become architects of our destiny, weaving meaning and beauty into the fabric of time. The question, is time real, thus transcends intellectual debate and becomes a lived inquiry, a journey into the depths of consciousness, perception, and existence. Through this journey, we awaken to the profound truth that time is not merely a dimension to be measured, but a dynamic, evolving experience, a sacred pulse within the vast ocean of being. As we continue to ponder the reality of time and the notion of our existence within a simulation, it is essential to consider the implications for our understanding of causality and free will. In a universe governed by laws that may be encoded like software, how do cause and effect operate? And what place does individual choice hold in this cosmic schema? Classical physics viewed causality as a strict chain of events, where every effect has a preceding cause, following a deterministic path. However, quantum mechanics shattered this neat sequence, introducing probabilities and uncertainties at the fundamental level. Events at the quantum scale occur without definitive causes, only likelihoods, opening the door to spontaneity and randomness. In a simulated universe, causality may be programmed as a rule set or algorithm, ensuring coherence and continuity. Yet this does not necessarily eliminate free will. Instead, it suggests that free will operates within the constraints of the simulation's parameters, allowing for meaningful choice and creativity within a structured framework. The tension between determinism and freedom invites profound reflection. If our reality is a simulation, are our choices predetermined by code? Or can consciousness transcend programming, exerting influence on the unfolding narrative? Many philosophical and spiritual traditions assert that free will is a fundamental aspect of consciousness. The ability to choose, to direct attention, and to intend outcomes reflects a creative force that shapes experience. Even within a programmed system, emergent phenomena, complex patterns arising from simple rules, can create the appearance of autonomy and novelty. From this perspective, consciousness may serve as the pilot of the simulation, navigating the terrain of time and space with intention and awareness. The flow of time provides a stage for this creative agency to manifest, offering moments for reflection, decision, and transformation. The simulation hypothesis, rather than diminishing human agency, can enrich it by framing reality as a co-created experience. We are not passive recipients of fate, but active participants in a living process, where our choices ripple through the fabric of existence. This dynamic interplay between structure and freedom, determinism and creativity, shapes the evolving story of the cosmos. Time, as the medium of change, carries this story forward, weaving moments into the tapestry of life. Understanding this invites us to cultivate mindfulness and presence, to engage deeply with each moment as an opportunity for conscious creation. The apparent linearity of time becomes a gateway to exploring the multidimensional nature of existence. Through practices such as meditation and contemplation, we can access altered states of awareness, where the boundaries of time soften and the interconnectedness of all things reveals itself. In these states, the illusion of separation dissolves, and the unity of past, present, and future emerges. This awareness expands our perspective, revealing that time is not a rigid prison, but a flexible, creative space. It is the heartbeat of a cosmos alive with possibility, where each moment invites us to awaken to our true nature. The simulation, if it exists, becomes a sacred experiment, a cosmic dance of consciousness exploring the infinite expressions of being. Time is both the music and the rhythm, guiding the dance with grace and mystery. As we embrace this vision, we are called to live with intention, courage, and compassion. Our experience of time, whether real or simulated, is a precious gift, a canvas upon which we paint the story of our lives. The mystery of time invites us to journey inward, to discover the timeless essence at the core of our being. Here, beyond the illusions of past and future, we find the eternal now, the space of pure presence and infinite potential. The enigma of time and the possibility of living within a simulation compel us to confront the very nature of reality and consciousness. Our senses tell us that time flows inexorably forward, that events unfold in a linear progression. Yet, as science and philosophy probe deeper, this straightforward narrative fractures into layers of complexity and paradox. In the realm of quantum physics, the classical idea of a fixed timeline dissolves into a cloud of probabilities and superpositions. Particles exist in multiple states simultaneously until observed, hinting at a reality that is not fully determined until consciousness interacts with it. This interplay between observation and manifestation suggests that consciousness plays an active role in shaping reality, not merely witnessing it. The simulation hypothesis amplifies this idea by proposing that reality is constructed through information and processing, akin to the rendering of a digital environment. If this is the case, then our awareness is not confined by the parameters of space and time, but is a fundamental aspect of the underlying fabric. Consciousness may transcend the simulation, influencing its structure and flow. This perspective resonates with many spiritual traditions that speak of an eternal, unchanging essence beyond the transient world of form and time. The experience of time, then, is a veil, a necessary illusion that allows consciousness to engage with multiplicity, change, and growth. The simulation serves as a stage for this cosmic drama, providing the rules and structure within which the dance of existence unfolds. Time is the choreography, directing the rhythm of change, transformation, and evolution. Yet, within this framework, moments of timelessness emerge, spaces where the illusion fades and the unity of all things is revealed. These moments offer glimpses of a reality where past, present, and future coexist, where separation dissolves into wholeness. Such experiences invite us to expand our understanding of self and universe. We are not isolated beings trapped in linear time, but expressions of a boundless consciousness exploring itself through myriad forms and dimensions. This exploration imbues life with profound meaning and wonder. Each moment becomes an opportunity for discovery, creativity, and awakening. Time, far from being a constraint, is a sacred gift, a flowing river carrying us towards greater awareness. The notion of simulation does not diminish the value of experience but enriches it, reminding us of the intricate, mysterious architecture of existence. It challenges us to awaken to our role as conscious co-creators, shaping the unfolding reality with our thoughts, emotions, and intentions. In this light, the boundaries between real and simulated blur, revealing a seamless continuum of being. The universe is a hologram of consciousness, a living tapestry woven from threads of energy, information, and awareness. As we journey deeper into this mystery, we are invited to embrace uncertainty and paradox, to hold space for questions without definitive answers. This openness is itself a path to wisdom, allowing us to move beyond fixed beliefs and into direct experience. The exploration of time and simulation thus becomes a sacred inquiry, a dance of mind and spirit seeking to understand the infinite. It calls us to awaken from the dream of separation and recognize our unity with all that is. In this awakening, we find freedom, the freedom to live fully in the present moment, to create meaning, and to embody the timeless essence that underlies the ever-changing flow of existence. Reflecting on the nature of time and the possibility that our universe is a simulation, we begin to see how these concepts challenge and enrich our understanding of existence. Time, once regarded as a fixed, absolute backdrop, emerges as a fluid, dynamic experience shaped by consciousness and information. Scientific advancements continue to blur the boundaries between reality and illusion. Experiments with quantum entanglement reveal instantaneous connections across vast distances, defying classical notions of cause and effect constrained by time. These findings hint at a deeper order where time and space are not fundamental, but emergent properties arising from a more profound substrate. The simulation hypothesis invites us to consider that this substrate might be a computational framework, a matrix of information encoding the laws and constants of physics. Within this framework, time is not an external dimension but a parameter governing the sequence of calculations that generate our perceived reality. This understanding transforms our relationship with time, from passive observation to active participation. We become co-creators in a vast informational cosmos, where our awareness shapes the flow and texture of experience. The paradox of time, its simultaneous reality and illusion, reflects the paradox of consciousness itself, both a product of the brain and a transcendent mystery beyond physical explanation. This dual nature suggests that reality is not a fixed object, but a living process, an unfolding story authored by the interplay of mind, matter, and energy. Ancient wisdom traditions echo these insights, portraying time as cyclical and nonlinear, a dance of creation and dissolution. The idea of Maya, or illusion in Eastern philosophies, resonates with the notion that our perception of time is a veil concealing a timeless truth. Within this timeless dimension lies the essence of self, unchanging, eternal, and interconnected with all existence. The simulation becomes a sacred stage for the soul's journey, a playground where consciousness explores the infinite possibilities of form and experience. By embracing this vision, we cultivate a sense of awe and reverence for the mystery of life. Time ceases to be a source of anxiety or limitation, and becomes a rhythm to flow with, a pulse guiding our evolution. The possibility of simulation encourages humility and wonder. We are participants in a cosmic experiment of unimaginable complexity, co-creating reality moment by moment through intention and awareness. This perspective invites us to transcend fear and embrace curiosity, to question the assumptions that bind us, and to open ourselves to new ways of seeing. It calls us to live with mindfulness and compassion, recognizing that our experience of time is a gift, a precious opportunity to grow, connect, and awaken. In this awakening, the boundaries between real and simulated dissolve into a unified field of being, where time is both a mystery and a teacher. It invites us to explore the depths of presence, to discover the eternal now that underlies all change. As we deepen our understanding, we come to see that time and reality are reflections of consciousness, a mirror revealing the infinite potential within. The simulation, if it exists, is not a trap but a portal to awakening, a path leading us back to our true nature. The exploration of time and the simulation hypothesis ultimately invites us to reconsider our place in the cosmos. What does it mean to be conscious beings within a possibly simulated universe governed by intricate laws of physics and information processing? This question leads us into the heart of metaphysical inquiry, touching on identity, existence, and the nature of reality itself. If the universe is a simulation, then our consciousness may be both a programmed entity and an independent observer, existing simultaneously as data and awareness. This dual aspect challenges the traditional separation of mind and matter, suggesting a unified essence underlying all phenomena. Philosophers have long debated the nature of self and identity, questioning whether there is a permanent I, or if the self is a continuous flow of changing experiences. The simulation hypothesis adds a new dimension, proposing that the self could be a pattern of information within the program, yet also capable of transcending it. Such a perspective aligns with the concept of non-duality found in many spiritual traditions, where distinctions between self and other, subject and object, dissolve into an undivided whole. Time, in this context, becomes a tool for the expression of this unity, allowing the infinite to manifest as the finite. The experience of living through time with its cycles of birth, growth, decay, and renewal reflects the unfolding of consciousness, exploring itself. The simulation may provide the rules and structure, but consciousness breathes life into the code, creating a vibrant tapestry of experience. This view imbues life with profound meaning, transforming our understanding of existence from mechanical determinism to creative participation. Our choices, intentions, and perceptions become threads woven into the fabric of reality, influencing the simulation's evolution. Time, far from being a passive container, is an active dimension of change and transformation. It is the stage upon which the drama of consciousness unfolds, revealing patterns of connection, growth, and awakening. The realization that reality may be a simulation does not diminish our experience, but enhances it, inviting us to embrace mystery and wonder. It challenges us to awaken to our role as conscious creators, to live authentically and purposefully within the flow of time. By embracing this vision, we cultivate resilience and openness, recognizing that uncertainty is not a source of fear, but a gateway to discovery. The simulation becomes a canvas for expression, and time the brush with which we paint our existence. This perspective encourages us to look beyond appearances, to perceive the underlying unity and diversity, and to honor the sacredness of every moment. It invites a shift from separation to connection, from passivity to empowerment. Ultimately, the inquiry into time and simulation is an invitation to awaken, to recognize that we are not merely observers, but active participants in the unfolding of reality. It calls us to live with mindfulness, compassion, and curiosity, embracing the mystery with open hearts. In doing so, we align ourselves with the deeper rhythms of existence, discovering that time is both a teacher and a friend, guiding us toward greater awareness and freedom. As we arrive at the culmination of this exploration into the nature of time and the possibility that our reality is a simulation, we are invited to reflect on the profound implications for our understanding of existence and consciousness. The journey has revealed that time, far from being a simple objective measure, is a multifaceted, dynamic experience intertwined with the fabric of reality itself. If our universe is indeed a simulation, then time serves as both a parameter within the program and a canvas upon which consciousness paints its evolving story. This dual role underscores the complexity and mystery of existence, where boundaries between real and simulated, past and future, self and other blur into a seamless whole. The simulation hypothesis challenges us to transcend traditional notions of reality, encouraging an embrace of uncertainty, paradox, and possibility. It invites us to become active participants in the cosmic dance, co-creating meaning and experience through our awareness and intention. Within this framework, time becomes not a limitation but a gift, a sacred river flowing through which consciousness moves, learns, and awakens. Each moment is an opportunity to engage deeply with life, to express creativity, and to embody the timeless essence that underlies all change. The idea of living in a simulation does not diminish the significance of our experiences. Rather, it highlights the extraordinary nature of existence as a complex interplay of information, energy, and awareness. It calls us to cultivate humility, wonder, and compassion, recognizing the interconnectedness of all things. Our understanding of time shapes how we live, love, and relate to the world. By embracing its fluidity and mystery, we open ourselves to deeper presence and connection, transcending fear and limitation. The invitation is clear: to awaken to the eternal now, to recognize the unity behind diversity, and to live with purpose and authenticity. Whether time is real or simulated, it is the stage upon which the infinite expresses itself in infinite ways. This realization transforms life into a sacred journey, a continuous unfolding of consciousness, exploring its own depths. The mystery of time becomes a source of inspiration and insight, guiding us toward greater wisdom and freedom. As we close this chapter of inquiry, we carry forward a renewed sense of wonder and possibility. The questions remain open, the journey ongoing, but one truth stands clear. Our experience of time, whether within or beyond a simulation, is a precious gift, an invitation to awaken, to create, and to be fully alive. In this awakening, we find the deepest meaning of existence, the boundless joy of discovery, and the timeless dance of being.